live from one of the world's great cities, Lima, Peru.
From Llama Land, we've an evening planned and we saved a place for you.
The most exciting pageant competition in the world, the Miss Universe pageant.
Miss Universe, Miss Universe, Miss Universe.
Bienvenidos a Perú. Good evening. I am Irene Saez, Miss Universe 1981. Tonight, in Lima, Peru, a new Miss Universe will be crowned.
Good evening. I'm Bob Barker. Joan Van Ark and I will be your hosts this evening, and we'll be joined by our current Miss Universe, Irene Saez, Rex Smith, Jose Luis Rodriguez, and our 77 beautiful young contestants. And it all starts right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 77 candidates for the title of Miss Universe. Broadway and movie star, as well as a top-selling recording artist, Rex Smith. The international singing star, known throughout Latin America as El Puma, Jose Luis Rodriguez. Our hostess from the CBS series, Knots Landing, Joan Van Ark. The popular television personality and star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker. The colorful interpreters of the native dance, the Ballet Folclórico Nacional de Peru. The music of the band of the Guardia Republicana. Ladies and gentlemen, here again is our host for this evening, Bob Barker.
Thank you and welcome to the 31st annual Miss Universe pageant. To our hosts here in Peru and to all the wonderful people who have been so hospitable, we say, Saluda a la gran ciudad de Lima. El hermoso país de Perú y su maravillosa gente. What I said, or what I tried to say, is the Miss Universe pageant salutes the great city of Lima, the beautiful country of Peru, and the wonderful people who have made us so welcome. Now, 77 young ladies from all over the world have come here to Lima for this pageant. An international panel of celebrity judges will decide who will be our winner tonight. They'll do that by voting on special terminals which are connected to our computer. From that computer, in less than 2 hours from now, will come the name of the new Miss Universe. We'll be telling you more about our scoring procedures in a few minutes. But first things first, right now, wearing their national costumes, here are our young ladies in the traditional Miss Universe Parade of Nations.
Soy Alejandra Basile y vengo de Buenos Aires, Argentina. Gracias.
Muy buenas noches, mi nombre es Norisa Helder y vengo de Oranjestad, Aruba.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Luann Ronchi. Yo vengo de Australia y estoy muy contenta de estar en este lindo país. Good evening, my name is Luann Ronchi and I come from the most beautiful city in Australia, Perth. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Elizabeth Carmen. I come from Graz, Austria.
Good evening, my name is Ava Berg from Nassau, Bahamas.
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Marie-Pierre Lemaitre, je viens de Bruxelles, Belgique.
Good evening, my name is Sharon K. Oxaloo and I'm from Belize City, Belize. Thank you.
Buenas noches and good evening. My name is Heather Ross and I come from Somerset, Bermuda.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sandra Villarroel and I come from Santa Cruz, Bolivia.
Buenas noites. Good evening e boa noite. O meu nome é Celice Fisumarque da Silva e eu vim de Belém do Pará, Brasil.
Good evening, my name is Lusteria Hart and I'm from Tortola, British Virgin Islands.
Good evening, my name is Karen Baldwin from London, Ontario, Canada.
Buenas noches, señoras y señores. I am Teresa Lewis and I'm representing Grand Cayman, Cayman Islands.
Buenas noches. Mi nombre es Jenny Curto y vengo de Melipilla, Chile.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nadia Santa Cruz. I'm coming from Bogotá, Colombia.
Muy buenas noches, tengan todos ustedes. Mi nombre es Liliana Corella y vengo de San José, Costa Rica. Gracias.
Good evening, my name is Minerva representing Willemstad, Curaçao.
Buenas noches. My name is Tina Maria Nielsen and I come from Copenhagen, Denmark.
Good evening, my name is Soraya Morey and I come from San Pedro de Macorís, Dominican Republic.
Muy buenas noches, mi nombre es Jacqueline Burgos y vengo de Guayaquil, Ecuador. Gracias.
Good evening, my name is Janet Marroquin and I come from San Vicente in El Salvador. Thank you. Good evening, my name is Dilla Doe and I come from Grimsby, England. Thank you.
Buenas noches, my name is Sari Aspholm and I come from Vantaa, from Finland. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. Je m'appelle Martine Phillips. J'habite la ville de Dincourt, en France. Bonsoir. Good evening, my name is Kerstin Pieserak and I'm coming from Wilhelmshaven. Thank you.
Half a day, my name is Patty Chong Kirkus and I'm from the beautiful island of Guam.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Je viens de Pointe-à-Pitre, Guadeloupe. Je vous souhaite bonsoir.
Good evening, my name is Bridget Dirks. I come from Maastricht, Holland. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Susan Whitbeck y les traigo un caluroso saludo desde Guatemala.
Good evening, my name is Glenn Angeron from Hong Kong.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Eva Lisset Barahona y vengo de La Ceiba, Honduras, tierra de paz, amor y amistad. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Pamela Singh from Bombay, India. Good evening, all of you. My name is Gudrun Möller, and I come from Reykjavik, Iceland. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Geraldine McGrory, and I'm representing Ireland.
Good evening, my name is Yanti. I come from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Buenas noches, signore e signore. Mi nombre es Cinzia Fior de Conti, mi paese Abruzzo, Italia. Buenas noches.
Shalom and good evening. I'm Deborah Hess from Jerusalem, Israel.
Good evening. My name is Jelsa Nivak. I come from Korea. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eri Okuaki from Tokyo, Japan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rita Falson, and I bring you greetings from my sunny island, Malta.
Good evening, my name is Siti Rohani, and I come from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Carmen Lopez, and I come from Mexico.
Bonsoir, je m'appelle Soleil Corinne, je reviens des Trois-Îles en Martinique.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lenka Topalovic, and I come from New Caledonia.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Desiree Kotze, and I come from Windhoek, the capital of Namibia.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cheryl Sonoda Sizemore, and I come from Saipan in the Northern Marianas.
Hi, my name is Sandy Dexter, and I'm from Auckland, New Zealand.
Hola, mi nombre es Isora Moreno y represento a Panamá.
My name is Janek Kremlin, and I'm coming from Oslo, Norway. Muy buenas noches. Mi nombre es Maristela Villalba Mendoza y vengo de la tierra de sol y de paz, Asunción, Paraguay.
My name is Moyeli, and I'm from Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea.
Good evening. My name is Maria Isabel Lopez from Manila, Philippines. I love you all.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Francesca Sasa, soy de Lima y represento a Perú.
Buenas noches a todos. Buenas noches a todos. Aquí con ustedes, Lourdes Mantero, uniendo esta vez el sol de Perú al sol de Puerto Rico. Gracias.
Good evening. My name is Anna, and I come from Portugal. Good evening. My name is Georgina Kearney, and I'm representing Scotland. Thank you.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. Je m'appelle Gino Monte, j'habite à Saint-Denis de la Réunion.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Odette Scrooby from Brit, South Africa.
Hi and good evening, everybody. I'm Judisha Nunes from Singapore.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Anne Trodigo from Colombo, Sri Lanka.
Buenas noches, señores y señoras. Me llamo Cristina Pérez y vengo de Madrid, España.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vanessa de Vries from Paramaribo, Suriname.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Diana Brown from Sochi, Martin.
Buenas noches. Janet Linkenheil es mi nombre. Vivo en Lausanne, in Suiza. Hi, my name is Anakoy Balsam, and I come from Piteå, Sweden.
I'm Namkoli Simchi from Mtata Transkei. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kapon Nalavanit. I come from Bangkok, Thailand. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Canan Kakmacı. I come from Istanbul, Turkey.
Good evening. I'm Suzanne Travelay from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you. Buenas noches, señoras y señores. Mi nombre es Silvia Vila y vengo de Montevideo, Uruguay.
Hi, I'm Jackie Manastis, Grand Tatsinkekas Island.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ingeborg Hendricks from U.S. Virgin Islands.
Hi, I'm Terry Otley from Cabot, Arkansas, USA.
My name is Michelle Donnelly, and I come from Cardiff, Wales. Thank you.
Venezuela, gracias.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ivy Warner from the beautiful island of Western Samoa.
And there they are, 77 of the most beautiful young lady in the world, and one of them will be chosen tonight as the new Miss Universe.
Saludos, amigos. I'm Joan Van Ark, and although it's a long way from the cul-de-sac in Knots Landing all the way to Lima, Peru, at this moment the thousands of miles seem like nothing, because tonight we're sharing this special evening together right here, right now on live television, and what excitement all over. Now, my very first assignment tonight is to tell you about our judging, so let's get started on that. Each member of this distinguished international panel has a terminal, just like this one here, which is connected to our computer. Now, our judges will be using their terminal to register the score that they give each contestant in each of the 3 categories, which is swimsuit, personal interview, and evening gown. Now, the scores can run anywhere from 1 to 9.99, so let's say that a judge wants to give a swimsuit contestant a score of, say, 8.48, then that score would be entered just like this. There you go. Now, the computer will calculate the average score that each contestant receives, and those scores will be used to determine who our winner is going to be. Now, those scores will be seen only on the home television screens, not on our monitors here in the theater. So you at home are going to have information not available to our audience here or to our contestants or even to our judges. They're only going to know how he or she is voted individually. Throughout the show tonight, I'm going to be talking to some guests. I'll show you our big new theater, and I'll be recapping the scoring. And coming up right now, there's a very exciting swimsuit event after this word from Shure. Our judges' decision-making started a full week ago. The preliminary swimsuit judging was done under competitive conditions, and that is to say that each contestant appeared here on this stage and they wore the same style swimsuit. So it's time now to meet our contestants in their Miss Universe fashion swimsuits, especially designed for them by Catalina. And remember, as each girl appears on the screen, only you at home will see the score that she received in the preliminary swimsuit competition. All right, Bob?
Right, Joan. In traveling to many countries on 5 different continents, this pageant has rarely had such beautiful backgrounds as those which provided the settings for the visits made last week by our lovely contestants. Lima sits on the coast of the Pacific Ocean, and it's on the grounds of a naval lighthouse in the city's Miraflores section that we meet our first group of contestants. Starting with Miss Western Samoa, Ivy Warner, and Miss Korea, Sun-Hee Park. Our next twosome comes from opposite sides of the world. Miss St. Martin is Liana Brown, and Miss New Caledonia is Lenka Topolovic. The sea breezes blowing off the Pacific are evident as we greet Miss Australia, Lou Ann Caroline Ranchi, and Miss Uruguay, Silvia Beatriz Vila. Now we are joined by Miss Reunion, Ginone Mont, and Miss Sri Lanka, and Tradigo. The blue Pacific provides the backdrop now for Miss Costa Rica, Liliana Correa, and Miss Iceland, Gudrun Moller. And we finish our visit to the lighthouse by greeting Miss Namibia, Desiree Kotza. Bougainvillea add to the beauty of the Hacienda Villa, a touch of old Spain in the city of Lima. At its lovely poolside, we find beautiful flowers and beautiful ladies. Starting with Miss Singapore, Judy Nones, and Miss Curaçao's, the Nerva Heroes. Our next lovely twosome are Miss Malaysia, Siti Rohani, and Miss Martinique, Corinne Soler. This is Miss Guadalupe, Lydia Martine Gallen, and Miss Paraguay, Maristela Villalba. Here are Miss Scotland, Georgina Kearney, and Miss Ireland, Geraldine McGrory. 2 young ladies from opposite sides of the Atlantic are Miss France, Martine Phillips, and Miss Dominican Republic, Saraja Moray. And before we say goodbye to the Hacienda Villa, we say hello to Miss Wales, Michelle Donnelly. The setting is a private club on a cliff overlooking Lima's lovely Santa Maria Beach. And it is here that we greet first Miss Portugal, who is Anna Wilson, and the contestant named friendliest by her peers, Miss Cayman Islands, Teresa Lewis. From Northern Europe to the South American coast come Miss Finland, Sari Aspom, and Miss Denmark, Tina Marie Nielsen. The Far East and the Mid-East are represented by Miss Japan, Iri Okuwaki, and Miss Israel, Deborah Hess. And now we meet Miss Brazil, Celice Silva. Here she is. And Miss Bahamas, Eva Burke, chosen as Miss Photogenic. In the background is the same Pacific Ocean that surrounds the homelands of Miss Guam, Patty Kirkus, and Miss Northern Marianas, Cheryl Sonoda Sizemore. We conclude our stay here by greeting Miss Trinidad Tobago, Suzanne Trabolay, and Miss Indonesia, Julianti Sri. We are looking down on Los Condores, the Condors, a resort about an hour south of Lima, which features swimming pools, tennis courts, and on this day, a visit from some beautiful young women, including Miss Puerto Rico, Lourdes Milagros Montero, Miss Hong Kong, Anjali Learn, Miss Mexico, Carmen Lopez, Miss Bolivia, Sandra Irene Villarroel, Miss Thailand, Nipaporn Nalapanit, Luce Dahlia Hodge, who is Miss British Virgin Islands, Miss Italy, Cincia Fioravanti, Miss Spain, Cristina Perez Cottrell, and our next contestant is Miss USA, Terry Utley. Here comes Miss Argentina, Maria Alejandra Basile. And we leave Los Condores after meeting Miss Chile, Jenny Puerto Arab. This part of Lima is called Chorrillos, and as you can see, is favored by many of Lima's fishermen. On this occasion, a fishing pier serves as a promenade for another group of contestants, including Miss Turks and Caicos, Jacqueline Astwood, and Miss Honduras, Eva Barahona. Our next twosome is Miss El Salvador, Jeanette Marroquin, and Miss Norway, Janet Crifty. The fishermen seem understandably distracted by Miss U.S. Virgin Islands, Ingeborg Hendricks, and from our host country, Miss Peru, Francesca Zaza. North and South America combine in this pairing of Miss Canada, Karen Baldwin, and Miss Colombia, Nadia Santa Cruz Quintero. And now 2 Europeans join us. Miss Germany is Gersten Pisarock, and Miss Holland is Brigitte Derricks. The waves splashing against the rocky Pacific add a special flavor to this picturesque background where we discover our next group of contestants. First across the bridge are Miss Suriname, Vanessa de Vries, and Miss Sweden, Anna Kari Bergström. Our next pair are truly from near and far. Miss Ecuador is Jacqueline Burgos Garcia, and Miss Turkey, Canan Kakmaji. Against the roaring surf, we see the beauty of Miss Transkei, Nomklisi Umji, and Miss Greece, Tina Rousseau. Now we greet Miss Papua New Guinea, Moy Ellis, and Miss Guatemala, Suzanne Whitbeck. And our stay here is concluded with Miss New Zealand. She is Sandra Dexter. From the Pacific shore, we move to an altitude of 13,000 feet to the Peruvian city which served as the capital of the Inca Empire, Cusco. At the fountain in that city's Plaza de Armas, we meet first Miss Philippines, Isabel Lopez, and Miss Switzerland, Jeanette Linkenheim. Next, we see Miss South Africa. Her name is Odette Scrooby, and Miss Belize, Sharon K. Oxaloo. This is Miss England, Della Dolan, and with her is Miss Aruba, Norisa Helder. Next, Miss Panama, Isora de Lourdes Moreno, and Miss Malta, Rita Falson. Here we have Miss Belgium, who is Marie-Pierre Lemaitre, and Miss Austria, Elizabeth Cava. And our final twosome is composed of Miss Bermuda, Heather Michelle Ross, and Miss Venezuela, Ana Teresa Oropesa. And now we watch the changing of the guard in front of Peru's government palace, in Lima's Plaza de Armas. It was the first time in recorded history, maybe since Pizarro first stood here and said that this was the place to start building the city of Lima, that this historic plaza was closed to all vehicle and pedestrian traffic, so that our 77 candidates could gather in front of the plaza's historic fountain and send a wave, along with their best wishes, to people all over the world. A beautiful plaza and beautiful ladies. As you can see, I've been joined on stage by all of our contestants, and they're here because the time has come for me to announce the names of our 12 semifinalists. I'm going to pick up that all-important computer printout right now.
Just a few moments ago, you saw each contestant along with the score that she received in the preliminary swimsuit competition. Now, as Bob introduces the 12 semifinalists, who, by the way, are wearing their ensembles from Jones, New York, you're going to see the average score that she received for all 3 preliminary judging categories.
Now, I'd like to point out that the semifinalists' names will be called in no particular order. Good luck to you, girls. Good luck to all of you. Here are the names of the 12 semifinalists, one of whom will become Miss Universe. The first name on the list is Miss Canada. And here is Miss Brazil. Number 3 on the list of 12 semifinalists is Miss Italy. And come on down, Miss South Africa. We want Miss Finland. I think this audience just might approve Miss Peru. Number 7 is supposed to be a lucky number, and indeed it is for Miss Guam. And the judges did not overlook Miss USA. And Miss Germany. Number 10 is Miss Greece. We have 2 more names on our list of 12 semifinalists, and one of them is Miss England. And now one last young lady who has a chance to be Miss Universe. She is Miss Uruguay. Congratulations to each of our 12 semifinalists. One of you will be our new Miss Universe.
Well, did your favorite make it to the semifinals? I sure hope so. And I also hope that you have a pencil and paper handy so you can match your opinion with those of our judges, because speaking of the judges, I have the results right here. First place went to South Africa. Second place was good old Miss USA, and third place was England. But now we throw all those scores out and we begin a brand new competition with all 12 semifinalists starting out even. So we move into the judging that'll take place tonight with the interview competition, and that will start when we come back right after this word from Ty.
We have met our 12 semifinalists, and now the time has come to get to know them a little better. As I chat with each contestant, the judges will be giving them scores based on the charm and personality of the contestant rather than on the content of the interview. Each young woman has been advised that she can have one of these interpreters from Berlitz if she so desires. Now, you folks at home will see a score posted immediately after each interview. And first, I would like to talk with Miss Canada. She is Karen Baldwin, lives in London, Ontario. She is 18 years old. She's just finished high school, and what are your plans for the future?
Well, I'd like to attend university. I'd like to go to the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City. And I'd like to study marketing, finance, and economics in relation to fashion with a concentration in design.
I think that sounds as if it should be a fine career. Now, you are the first girl I've chatted with, and I know a lot of people at home are wondering what you do when you represent one of these countries. What have you been doing as Miss Canada?
Well, I've had a wonderful year so far. I've done an extensive amount of traveling. I've been to Germany and Israel and Cyprus and to the North Pole. And what I've been doing in those countries is I've been visiting the Canadian Armed Forces camps with the performing tour and participating in the performing tour.
Did you watch the Miss Universe pageant last year?
Of course I did.
I think Miss Canada was among the 12 semifinalists.
Yes, she was first runner-up.
What did I talk with her about last year?
How much she loved watching The Price is Right.
Is that what she said?
Yes, she did.
The Price is Right is my show back in the United States, so obviously last year's Miss Canada was a brilliant young lady, right?
Obviously.
Thank you, Miss Canada.
Thank you.
We'll see a score now for Miss Canada. And we will talk with Miss Brazil. She is Celice Silva. She's 18, she lives in Belém, and she's a student at the Federal University of Para. And you would like to have an interpreter standing by, would you not?
No, I think that I won't need an interpreter, but although it's better to stay here. I like his presence, she's very nice.
You're going to speak English with me then with no Portuguese interpretation?
No, she's better to stay here. She's very nice, and I like to look her face. Is it?
But do you want an interpreter here with us?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Let's have the interpreter out here. I think we'd better have the interpreter out here. Ask her what she's studying at the university, would you please?
No, you don't need to ask. Just if I need her, I give her help.
Don't bother us, would you mind? Go ahead. What do you study?
I study medicine.
What kind of medicine do you want to specialize in?
I'd like to be obstetrician. Obstetrician.
Yes. Now, some of our girls have not traveled out of their countries before. Is this your first trip out of Brazil?
Yes, it's the first trip.
How does Peru compare with Brazil?
It's similar because the pueblo, the people are very nice, very, very nice.
And I think they like you. Now, you speak English so well. I had been told that Miss Brazil would have an interpreter, but you speak English so well. There are millions of people watching us in the United States. I hope there are millions of people watching us in the United States. What would you like to say to them?
I'd like to sit where, in the case of them, one of the judges, I don't understand you. Could you repeat, please? You have already told.
What would you like to say to the people in the United States? La gente de los Estados Unidos.
I'd like to say then that although it's not my native language, I'm so glad of speaking English because since when I was a child, I'd like to speak in English. That's why I speak by this way. And I came to speak in English very early.
Thank you, Miss Brazil. Thank you. They'll love you in the USA. Miss Italy, please. And the interpreter, please. I know that she wants an interpreter. You do you not?
No.
You do not want an interpreter?
Yes.
Yes, you do. She is Cinzia Fioravanti. She's 21. She lives in Rome. And she just finished her first year of pre-law, and she wants to be a judge. Ask her why she wants to be a judge.
Perché vuoi diventare un giudice?
Beh, veramente io ho detto giudice sì, però in questo periodo sto andando a scuola di recitazione perché la mia passione, vera passione, è di diventare un'attrice.
And what did she say?
She said that she really means to become an actress instead of a lawyer.
Oh, she's changed her mind.
Yes, she has.
Since she got here.
Because she says her real passion is to become an actress.
She wants to be an actress. But in her biography, she said she wanted to be a judge. Ask her when she changed her mind.
Tu hai detto che volevi essere un giudice, perché hai cambiato?
Non ho cambiato. Nell'attesa, nel momento in cui io vado a scuola di recitazione, cerco di fare anche degli esami all'università. Siccome è il primo anno e non ne ho dato nessuno, penso che la mia carriera sarà l'attrice.
While she studies, she likes to study in an acting school. She hasn't given up the idea of being a lawyer.
Well, maybe she can be an actress and a part-time judge.
Puoi essere un'attrice e nel mezzo tempo
un giudice.
She thinks that's a good idea?
È una buona idea.
Certo.
And maybe a soccer coach, too.
Forse anche per aiutare nel calcio.
Nel calcio?
Calcio?
Sì.
Should I add that, too? Fine.
No.
Thank you, Miss Italy. Thank you. Miss South Africa is Odette Scrooby. She's 19. She's a model. She lives with her parents on a farm near Johannesburg. Why don't you tell us about what life is like on a farm near Johannesburg?
We have a Lucerne farm. I'm very close to nature. I love animals. I love plants. I've always enjoyed living on a farm, and I hope to one day settle down on a farm.
What kind of animals do you have?
We have about 9 dogs and 8 cats, some pigs, some cows, various birds, and I think that's about all.
What are you going to tell your parents on the farm near Johannesburg about Peru?
Well, first of all, I think the people here are very friendly and warm. The way they received us when we came at the airport, every evening when we go out, they're always there to clap hands, to give us a good hand and make us feel at home. And then I love the architecture of the city. I think it's beautiful. It's lovely that a city like this still has the very old buildings.
You know, with all those animals on that farm, the girls are taking home souvenirs. You should take a llama home. It's the only thing you don't have.
I've tried to catch it, but it's a bit too fast.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Miss South Africa. And Miss Finland, please. She is Sari Aspom. She is 20. She lives in Banta. She's a model. And I was most impressed with something I was told about you. Tell our audience what you did with the money that you won as Miss Finland.
I won 4,000 Finnish mark. It's about $1,000 as when I was selected as Miss Finland, and I gave it to World Wildlife Fund in Finland.
Now, you also love animals then?
Yes.
Do you have pets?
Well, I have one dog.
What's your dog's name?
Jane. There's no Tarzan.
No Tarzan?
No.
Now, do you work with any animal organizations, humane groups in Finland?
No, I don't have very much time when I'm Miss Finland, but I have been in World Wildlife Fund's parties, and when they have elected all the things what they have done in the years and what good they have done for animals, and I think it's really interesting to hear
in the United States, we're urging people to have their pets spayed or neutered and help control the pet population. If you become Miss Universe, perhaps you can help us with that.
I hope so.
I hope so, too. Thank you, Miss Finley. Next is Miss Peru. She is Francesca Zaza. She is 17. She lives here in Lima, and she wants an interpreter. Francesca just graduated from high school, and now that she's out of high school, ask her what she's going to do.
¿Qué es lo que piensas hacer ahora que te graduaste?
Bueno, pienso seguir turismo, estudiar turismo.
She'll study tourism.
And ask her, if you will, please, what the other young ladies have been asking her about Peru. What are their questions?
¿Qué es lo que te han estado preguntando las otras concursantes acerca del Perú?
Bueno, acerca de Machu Picchu, Arequipa, de los principales departamentos del Perú, luego el clima del Perú, de la comida y otras cosas.
About Machu Picchu, Arequipa, other states of Peru, about food and about the climate.
Ask her if any of them have commented on the traffic in Lima.
¿Alguien te ha comentado del tráfico en Lima?
Sí, un poco.
You know, one of our CBS men, instead of having a driver, he rented a car and he drove himself. He is now in a Peruvian rest home. Ask Miss Peru if, I'll ask her myself in English. Have you learned any English? Can you say anything in English?
Un poco.
What can you say in English?
You are the most handsome man.
You have a brilliant young lady here. You really do. Thank you, Miss Peru. Those are the first 6 semifinalists, and we'll be back to talk to the other 6 in just a moment.
A capacity crowd of more than 7,000 people has jammed this Amauta auditorium. Go ahead to see who is going to be crowned the new Miss Universe tonight in Lima. In recent years, since the advent of the satellite, this pageant has moved all over the world, from New York City to Perth, Australia, from Athens to Hong Kong, and always, just like tonight, the added excitement of being televised live. We'll move a little closer to the decision of who will be the new Miss Universe when Bob interviews our remaining semifinalists right after this word from Loves.
Time now to learn more about the other 6 semifinalists, beginning with you, Miss Guam. Right out here to me, please. She is Patty Kirkus. She's 18. She just graduated from high school. And now that you are out of high school, what are you going to do, Patty?
I plan to go to college in Paris next year for fashion designing and buying.
And were you born in Guam?
No, I wasn't. I was born in Seoul City, Korea.
You were born in Korea, you live in Guam, you're going to France to school. Where else have you lived?
Let's put it this way. I've been to 14 different schools. I've traveled all over the U.S., the Far East, and I enjoy traveling and meeting people very much.
Why is it that you have traveled so much when you're so young?
Because of my father's work. He's working for the Department of Defense, and because of his prestige, we travel a lot.
If we have just a few people watch this show in all the places you've lived, we'll have a wonderful rating in the USA, won't we?
Oh, yes, we will.
Right. Thank you, Miss Guam.
Thank you.
And Miss USA. She is Terry Utley. She's 20. She lives in Cabot, Arkansas. Before she became Miss USA, she worked in sales and promotion for a resort. Now, what is the population of Cabot, Arkansas?
4,000, Bob.
And on May 13th, I had the pleasure of crowning you Miss USA in the great city of Biloxi, Mississippi. What was the reaction in Cabot when you went home?
It was tremendous. That's all I can say. When I went home, they had a wonderful homecoming. I understand 5,000 people showed up in a 4,000 population town, and they gave me beautiful receptions. I got a gold spittoon. I got a key to the city. Just wonderful.
A gold spittoon because you told me stories about the boys with the snuff in the back of the trucks in
Right.
Cabot, Arkansas.
Right.
Now you're in Peru, and I know you're having a marvelous time. Every time I walk through the lobby of the hotel, someone else comes up and says that he or she is a relative of yours. How many people are there here from Cabot?
I have 16 people down here. They're not all from Cabot. Some of them are from Tennessee, not Texas. What am I saying? But I have 10 relatives and I believe 6 friends.
Well, I should think they would be very proud of you here representing your country in the Miss Universe pageant. Thank you, Miss USA. And Miss Germany, please. She is going to have an interpreter. Her name is Kirsten Pieserock. She is 19. She lives in Wilhelmshaven, and she is a secretary. And I know that she is having a fine time as a contestant in the Universe pageant, but ask her what she misses in Germany.
Was brauchst du noch mehr in Deutschland? Was fehlt dir?
Eigentlich gar nicht. Ich finde es sehr schön hier. Man hat Essen, frische Luft, nett. Die Leute sind sehr, sehr nett. Ich mache sie furchtbar gern gar nichts.
Well, actually, she's not missing anything. She's having a wonderful time here. It's a beautiful country, fresh air, lovely climate. She's very content.
Well, if she's missing nothing at home, I should think you people would be very proud of your city of Lima. Yes. Now, if she becomes Miss Universe, of course, she will have a very interesting year. But if she does not, what will she do as a representative of Miss Germany, or of Germany?
Wenn du nicht Miss Univers wirst, was wirst du als Miss Deutschland machen zukünftig?
Oh, ich habe sehr viel zu tun. Ich mache Hitparadentourneen, Autogrammstunden. Oh Gott, das ist so viel. Ich verreise zu TV-Shows, bin überall eingeladen zu Fotosessions und so weiter. Das ist sehr viel.
I have quite a hard program. I have a lot of TV shows to do. I have to do public appearances. I have to crown beauty queens, sign autographs. It's quite a job.
Will she get to the United States?
Wirst du nach den Staaten gehen?
Yes, in 2 months to Los Angeles for a photo session.
She's coming to Los Angeles?
Du gehst nach Los Angeles?
Yes.
Tell her to be sure and not miss the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Du sollst sicher sein, die Los Angeles Dodgers zu sehen. Weißt du,
Ask her if she knows what they are.
Weißt du, was das ist? No. No.
She'll find out if she comes to Los Angeles. Thank you, Miss Germany. And Miss Greece, we'll have an interpreter for her. She is Tina Rousseau. She's 19. She lives in Athens. She's a model. And you have a German interpreter, right?
Yes, but I can speak very well English.
You can speak?
I'm not nervous, yes.
Well, I was interested in knowing, since you're Miss Greece, why would you want a German interpreter?
Because I grew up in Germany. I was living there for 15 years. And I went back to Greece since 10 months ago. Because
Your parents moved to Greece?
Yes, all together they moved.
And have you enjoyed life in Greece? Do you like Greece?
Very much, yes.
What do you like about Greece?
Oh, now in the summertime is the best place, I think. There you can have really fun in the summer. The beaches and so.
What has been the most fun for you here in the pageant?
Oh, the most fun? Well, I met very nice girls. And the people here, well, I mean, they're really nice to us. You just have to give them a smile and a smile back.
Well, you smile very nicely. Thank you, Miss Greece. And now, Miss England, would you come out and talk with me, please? She is Della Dolan. She's 20. She lives in Grimsby. And when you're not representing England, what do you do?
My boyfriend owns a boutique in the town where I live, which is a very small town.
And seeing as he's not interested in fashions, I run the boutique for him. I do the buying and organise the staff.
And what are your plans for the future?
Probably to expand into boutiques, and I'd like to get into the health business.
Now, you mentioned your boyfriend in England. I was just curious, have you met any young men here in Lima?
Only a few, not too many.
How would you compare these Latins with the boys at home?
I'm afraid I prefer an Englishman.
You prefer Englishmen?
Yes. They're very nice, but...
Yes, you see that reaction?
I said the wrong thing.
Those are not Englishmen. Thank you, Miss England. Miss Uruguay, she is Silvia Beatriz Villa. She is 19. The interpreter, please. She lives in Montevideo, and she attends Escuela Universitaria de Psicología. I think I have a psychologist here. Ask her what she studied.
¿Qué estudias? I want to speak in English.
You want to speak English?
Yes.
What do you study?
I'm studying psychology by the moment.
You're studying psychology,
Yes.
Psicología.
Psicología.
And what do you wish to do? Do you want to be a therapist?
No, a psychologist, a child psychologist. I love children. I'm very good with them.
You heard my conversation with Miss England.
Yes, a little.
How would you compare the Latin men with Englishmen?
The like men.
The Latin men,
Oh.
Los Latinos. How would you... Quiet, now she hasn't answered. Don't try to prompt her.
Can I speak in Spanish now?
Just a moment. What did you say?
Can I speak in Spanish now for all these people?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, ellos, realmente lo que he vivido acá ha sido hermoso y nos han tratado de lo mejor. No podría decir qué fue lo mejor de que saqué de esta experiencia, porque en realidad todos han puesto todo lo mejor. Estoy muy contenta de estar aquí. La gente latina es hermosa, pero no hay que desmerecer.
I can tell. I can tell from your reaction that she likes Englishmen too. Huh? Thank you, Miss Uruguay. Thank you. Our interviews are completed, so we have taken the first of 3 steps in reducing 12 semifinalists to 5 finalists.
This right here is a photograph of Gladys Zender, who is remembered fondly by the Miss Universe pageant tonight for several reasons. One reason, she was our winner 25 years ago in 1957. And what country did she represent? Why, Peru, of course. And where is Gladys Zender tonight, you're all asking yourselves? Well, she's right here with us, serving as a member of our distinguished panel of judges. Now, who Gladys and the other judges will select as our next Miss Universe, we don't know yet, but what we do know is that I've just been handed the results of the interview competition, and the first place went to Guam, second place was South Africa, and third place was England. But there's lots more competition ahead and some wonderful entertainment, too, and all that's going to happen right after this word from Duncan Hines Cake Mix.
Our special guest this evening has become a star in all facets of today's modern music, records, worldwide tours, movies, and on Broadway in Greece. And he has proved his versatility by creating an entirely new and memorable interpretation of the role of Frederick in Gilbert and Sullivan's classic, The Pirates of Penzance, both on Broadway and in the forthcoming movie. Ladies and gentlemen, Rex Smith.
I don't know what to say. You take my breath away. You're every song I sing. You're the music that I play. And you take my breath away. it's okay. You take my breath away, like water from a spring on a sizzling summer day. Oh, you take my breath away. There are words for the magic of a sunrise, only none of them will do. For you take my breath away, and I don't know what to say, 'cause you take my breath away. You take my breath away, and I don't know what to say, 'cause you take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away. You take my breath away.
Thank you. Our judges have in their hands an awesome power. Their decision will affect a momentous change in the life of one of our contestants. It is to their credit that these judges, an international celebrity panel, have given their task the consideration and concentration it deserves. And now it is my pleasure to introduce them to you. Our first judge is a Broadway legend. Having produced over 60 Broadway hits, he is currently represented on the Broadway with the smash hit musical 42nd Street. Considered to be one of the greatest musical hits ever, with the largest dancing and singing cast ever, David Merrick. Long acclaimed as one of America's great actresses and the recipient of many awards for outstanding performances in Sounder, Roots, Autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, and most recently, The Marvin Collins Story and Benny's Place, she is Cicely Tyson. One of the most prominent and distinguished figures in contemporary Peruvian literature, whose latest book is entitled Aunt Julia and the Scriptwriter, he is Mario Vargas Llosa. Truly a woman of many roles, she is a Phi Beta Kappa with a degree in sociology, an actress, a producer, and she recently starred as Kublai Khan's Empress in the television series Marco Polo, Beulah Quo. One of the brightest young stars in the National Hockey League. He was chosen for the All-Star game and led his team, the New York Rangers, in goals scored. Ron Duguay. Recipient of numerous international awards, one of the most versatile and talented actors in the world, Franco Nero. An actor, writer, musical comedy star, nightclub performer, and a 5-time television Emmy Award winner whose new TV show, Fantasy, premieres this fall, Peter Marshall. After a quick rise to stardom in European films, this beautiful French actress achieved international fame as the latest of the James Bond beauties, starring with Roger Moore in For Your Eyes Only, Carol Bouquet. One of the most famous names in the contemporary art world is that of the internationally celebrated watercolorist, who recently was honored with the first one-man show in Peking, China, Dong Kingman. Born in Rome, our next judge has been successful as an actress in films, as a businesswoman in both the cosmetics and perfume fields, and most recently as the author of her book, Young at Any Age. Please welcome Princess Era von Fürstenberg. At 25, he is already recognized as one of the great magicians of all times. On his last CBS television special, he made magic history by causing the disappearance of a 7-ton jet airplane. Next spring, he plans to top even that on his show, which is called appropriately, The Magic of David Copperfield. Finally, a very special member of our panel. 25 years ago, representing Peru, she was chosen as Miss Universe. Tonight, a wife and mother of 4, she graces our panel. Earlier today, she was honored and presented with a beautiful trophy made of 1.5 kilos of pure Peruvian silver. Here is Gladys Zinder de Mea. Again, thank you, judges.
And thank you, Rex. Peru is a land rich in tradition. You see that in many aspects of Peruvian life, especially in its music and dance. That tradition comes alive now on our stage as we welcome the folkloric ballet of Peru.
to this dressing room would absolutely have to be excitement and beauty, too, and that key word would come in many different languages. I'm here right now with our 12 semifinalists, and they've completed the first of their competitions for tonight, and they're now preparing for their second one, the swimsuit competition, obviously. Now, this right here is Miss Canada. Will you come over here, please, you beautiful thing? Sit right down. I want to know, what were your thoughts the moment you heard Bob Barker announce your name as one of the 12 semifinalists?
Well, I feel my heart went right up to the sky. I was so excited. I wanted to make the 12 more than anything else in the world, so it was a dream come true for me.
Well, your dream has come true, and the best is yet to come. I don't want to keep any of you because I know you're all getting ready for the swimsuit competition. Good luck to each and every one of you. And that's obviously our next category of judging, and it comes up right after this word from Cascade.
We come now to the second of our competitive categories, the swimsuit competition. Our contestants will appear in their swimwear by Catalina, and the judges will give them scores. You folks at home will see those scores on your television screens. Let's welcome our 12 semifinalists in the Miss Universe swimsuit competition. Miss Canada.
18-year-old Karen stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighs 120 pounds, and she's a green-eyed brunette.
Miss Brazil.
Celise has black hair and dark brown eyes. She's 5 feet 10.5 inches tall, weighs 138 pounds, and she's 18 years old.
Miss Italy.
Cinzia is 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighs 123 pounds. She's 21 years old, and she has light brown hair and dark brown eyes.
Miss South Africa.
19-year-old Odette has light brown hair and blue eyes. She's 5 feet 9 inches tall, and she weighs 119 pounds.
Miss Finland.
Sari is a blue-eyed blonde. She's 20 years old, weighs 125 pounds, and stands 5 feet 9.5 inches tall.
Miss Peru.
17-year-old Francesca has dark brown eyes and hair. She is 5 feet 9 inches tall, and she weighs 125 pounds.
Miss Guam.
Patty is 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighs 100 pounds. She is 18 years old and has hazel eyes and dark brown hair.
Miss USA.
20-year-old Terry has brown hair and brown eyes. She's 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs 128 pounds.
Miss Germany.
Kirsten is 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighs 127 pounds. Her hair is light brown and her eyes are blue. And Kirsten is 19 years old.
Miss Grease.
Tina has light brown hair and green eyes. She's 19 years old, 5 feet 9 inches tall, and weighs 116 pounds.
Miss England.
20-year-old Della is a blue-eyed blonde. She weighs 119 pounds and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall.
Miss Uruguay.
Sylvia is 19 years old, 5 feet 9.5 inches tall, and weighs 132 pounds. She has brown eyes and dark brown hair.
And there they are, our 12 semifinalists in the Miss Universe swimsuit competition.
If I weren't here in Lima, Peru tonight, I'd be back in Los Angeles doing exactly what you're doing. I'd be watching this pageant and probably learning my lines. Since we're both fans of Miss Universe pageants, let me try a trivia question on you. Has any country ever sent us 2 winners in a row? Well, while you're thinking about that, let's just see if we have a quick look at our swimsuit results. We surely do, because here we are at the computers. Guam was first place, Greece was second place, and Miss Canada was third. But there's still the evening gown competition ahead. Okay, now back to the question. Did any country send us 2 consecutive winners to the pageant? Nope, not yet. And what's next here? Well, our girls have prepared a special musical salute to Peru, changing the sets right now, and we're going to be seeing it right here after this word from Head and Shoulders.
Miss Universe carries with it worldwide prestige, and the winner is the subject of attention and interest everywhere she goes. But there is more, much more. One of her rewards is $75,000 in cash. Her prize package totaled more than $150,000 in cash and merchandise, includes $15,000 first prize money and a $15,000 personal appearance contract, as well as each of these sensational prizes that Joan Van Ark will describe for us.
Whether Miss Universe 1982 selects a trip to see the bright lights of Broadway, or to sit on the beautiful beaches of Florida and California, or to take in the splendor of South America, she and a guest will fly first class on Eastern Airlines, the new leader in service to all the Americas. To add style to her lifestyle, Miss Universe will be wearing Jones, New York. Here, Irene Size, our current Miss Universe, models one of the outfits included in her $2,500 Jones, New York wardrobe, along with a $5,000 cash award. From across the Pacific comes a 5-year supply of Hawaiian Tropic natural tanning lotions and oils, plus a $5,000 cash award. Hawaiian Tropic, the scent of the coconut, the tan of the islands. A Monarch S1 sport boat powered by a Chrysler 105 horsepower engine. Standard features include swim ladder, ice chest, and canvas top, and a lot of fun. Maybelline, the official cosmetic of the 1982 Miss Universe pageant, will award the new Miss Universe $10,000 plus a 5-year supply of cosmetics. Timex, who makes technology beautiful, will present to the new Miss Universe $5,000 in cash plus a complete wardrobe of timepieces, including great-looking quartz, wind, and ultra-thin digitals, as well as new clocks. Hallmark Jewelry will present the new Miss Universe with this star-shaped pave diamond pendant. Set in platinum are 5 carats of flawless diamonds. Here is a chocolate factory in Peru, and Miss Universe is a Candies girl wherever she goes. She'll receive a $5,000 cash award, plus an all-season wardrobe from Candies by El Greco. As shoes go, they're the most fashionably delicious. Miss Universe will receive a $5,000 cash award, plus a 5-year supply of Ultra Sense pantyhose, which Irene is shown wearing in Lima's Grand Bolivar Hotel. She can combine business and pleasure at the keyboard of an Atari 800 home computer system, which can be used for entertainment, education, home information, personal finance, and even to send a special message. To this year's winner goes her symbol of elegance, her beautiful crown, plus a $5,000 cash award and an exquisite collection of jewelry, all from Aubrey McDonald Creations. A $5,000 cash award and a brand new Ford Mustang GT. The boss is back. Sharp, street smart, with sporty suspension and aggressive good looks. It's what real driving has always been about. Almost at the top of the world, at the lost city of the Incas, Machu Picchu, Miss Universe models this silver blue Canada majestic mink coat, recognized by many fur buyers the world over as the finest of the finest. Designed by Grosvenor Canada.
In our audience tonight, we are proud to have the Prime Minister of Peru, Dr. Manuel Ulloa. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. With the help of our special guest star, Rex Smith, our Miss Universe candidates show us how they feel about being here with a special musical salute called In Peru.
Such fun in the sun in Peru, in Peru, in Peru. Where does the high-flying condor fly as high as a bird ever flew?
Over rivers and plains where the rain never rains.
In Peru, in Peru, in Peru.
In Peru, in Peru.
You'll feel like your dreams can come true.
And they do.
In this wonderful land called Peru. The balconied ladies of Lima kept their faces well hidden from view.
So why, if so shy, did they spy with one eye?
In Peru, in Peru, in Peru. Where did the gold of the Incas disappear without even a clue?
Where you'll find in good measure such treasure and pleasure for you. In Peru, in Peru. In Peru, in Peru.
Every riddle we've told you is true.
In Peru, clear, we could stay for a year and never get tired of the view. Right here in Peru, in Peru, in Peru, in Peru. All these pleasures await just for you. Yes, they do. Yes, it's true. In this fabulous land, this land goes so grand, this wonderful land of Peru.
Bravo, Peru. During the past couple of weeks, our contestants have been working very hard, but there has been some time for fun, too. And I'd like to show you some of that fun. Let's watch.
Many contestants flew to Lima on Eastern Airlines' spacious L-1011. Eastern is the official airline of this year's Miss Universe pageant, and on behalf of all the contestants, I'd like to thank the airline for the terrific service the ladies received on board. As you can see, the contestants enjoyed quite a reception on their arrival in Lima. The motorcade that traveled through the heart of the city brought smiles to all. Well, nearly all of the parade watchers who also saw the reigning Miss Universe. The young ladies were honored at a gala reception at the government palace, hosted by Peru's president, Fernando Belaunde. Then there was shopping at the Indian market, where Miss Scotland tried to negotiate a better price for a fur rug, but the seller was willing to go just so far. Finally, a price was agreed on, and everyone was happy. At the home of the distinguished Peruvian artist Victor Delphine, the host showed our young ladies how he made some of his magnificent figures, working in metal and giving off sparks. An example of his work is this magnificent horse. The detail is so superb that from a distance, you'd think that the horse was alive. Like this outstanding dancing horse, which provided entertainment for the young ladies when they visited Santa Juanita Ranch in Lima. Miss Suriname even got to learn a few new dance steps, from a horse no less. Maybelline, the official Miss Universe cosmetic, hosted a makeup clinic at the Hotel Grand Bolivar. The contestants learned application, asked questions, and even got helpful advice. Miss Korea seems to approve. Our young ladies got a chance to ride in canoes on the Amazon River and even to make an interesting trade with one of the Indians. An Indian bonnet for a pair of Candy's shoes. And now he's the best dressed man at the rain dance. High in the Andes is Arequipa, Peru's second largest city. There was bicycling on the outskirts and sightseeing downtown in the city's large plazas. Also, there was a visit to the ancient ruins of Pachacama. Wearing their Jones, New York outfits, they found the intricate passageways sometimes got a little confusing. Whoops! Nope, not this way. Eventually, though, they wound up in one room where they found a most pleasant and welcome message. Oh, hope it brings you luck.
While these contestants, like these beautiful gals right here, did have some time set aside for fun, some of the others backstage here did not, because they were doing pretty much what they're doing right now. They were working. You know, it's hard to believe that this arena, the Amauta Auditorium, was once a bull ring, and that we can present a television show like this from here tonight is a credit to the technicians both from Peru and the United States. And I say to all of them, bravo, mis amigos. For many of them, thank you. Their work still is not done because this is that exciting and demanding world of live television, and we've got a lot of wonderful show yet to come. For example, our third semifinal competition, Evening Gowns, is just ahead, as you can see, right after this word from Secret.
Time now for the Miss Universe Evening Gown Competition. Each contestant will be wearing a gown of her own choice, and you folks at home will see the scores in this competition on your television screens. The Latin setting for our beautiful candidates is complemented by the United States network television debut of the outstanding young South American singing star, known to Spanish-speaking audiences the world over as El Puma, Jose Luis Rodriguez.
No soy yo el que hace crecer tu alegría y ocupa en tu vida un lugar especial. No soy yo el que te hace soñar con la luna y ver en la lluvia gotas de cristal. No soy yo ese a quien tú le dices mi dueño. Yo soy solo un perro que tú haces saltar y que buscas cuando sientes ganas de un hombre que te haga sentir de verdad. Dueño de ti, dueño de qué, dueño de nada. Un arlequín que hace temblar tu piel sin alma. Dueño del aire y del reflejo de la luna sobre el agua. Dueño de ti, dueño de qué, dueño de nada. Un arlequín que hace temblar tu piel sin alma. Dueño del aire y del reflejo de la luna sobre el agua. Dueño de nada, dueño de nada. Es urgente que charlemos sin gritar, como otras veces, sin llorar, como hace siempre. Es preciso que charlemos, es urgente. No improviso, lo he pensado muchas veces. Intentar salvar lo nuestro es luchar contra corriente. Ni te entiendo, ni me entiendes, y por eso te propongo separarnos, caminar en solitario. Te propongo separarnos, olvidarnos por un tiempo. Y si un día comprendemos que este amor que ahora dejamos era inmenso, regresamos. Te propongo separarnos, caminar en solitario. Te propongo separarnos, olvidarnos por un tiempo. Y si un día comprendemos que este amor que ahora dejamos era inmenso, regresamos. Es difícil, es amargo empezar ahora de nuevo y olvidar lo que dejamos, tanta lucha, tantas cosas, tantos sueños. Pero es cierto, lo he pensado muchas veces, intentar salvar lo nuestro es luchar contra corriente. Ni te entiendo, ni me entiendes, y por eso te propongo separarnos, caminar en solitario. Te propongo separarnos, olvidarnos por un tiempo, y si un día comprendemos este amor que ahora dejamos era inmenso, regresamos. Te propongo separarnos, caminar en solitario. Te propongo separarnos, olvidarnos por un tiempo, y si un día comprendemos que este amor que ahora dejamos era inmenso, regresamos. Te propongo separarnos, caminar en solitario. Te propongo.
Our thanks to our lovely semifinalists and to our exciting guest, El Puma, Jose Luis Rodriguez.
That moment gave me goosebumps, but the competition among our 12 semifinalists is now over. And months ago, all over the world, this competition began among thousands of young women, all hoping for a chance to wear the crown of Miss Universe. Now, 77 of those lovely ladies made it all the way to our pageant here tonight, and then that 77 became 12, and now the 12 are about to become 5 as we move still closer to finding out who will be our new Miss Universe. In the evening gown competition, thank you very much, sir, South Africa was first, second was Italy, and third was Canada. Now, which of the 12 will become our 5 finalists? Well, Bob Barker is going to tell us when we come back after this word from Crest.
It's time now for you armchair judges at home and the members of our audience here in the theater to compare your opinions with those of our distinguished panel of judges. You have all seen the 3 competitions: personal interview, swimsuit, and evening gown. And now I am going to announce the 5 finalists chosen by our judges. Each contestant's average score for the 3 events will be shown on your television screens at home. Here we go with the 5 finalists. Number 1, Miss Grease. Our next finalist is Miss USA. And now, Miss Guam. Next is Miss Canada. The last name on the list of 5 finalists is Miss Italy. In a very few moments, one of these 5 young ladies will be our new Miss Universe.
Peru is a country rich in tradition and in variety and enthusiasm. as you can hear tonight. Lima is here on the Pacific Ocean, and 1 hour away is Cusco with an altitude of 13,000 feet. Now, there are modern cities and there are Amazon rainforests, and of course there's Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Incas, which was rediscovered by an explorer from Connecticut, Hiram Bingham, in 1911. Now, recently, Machu Picchu served as the first stop when Irene Sáez, the reigning Miss Universe, was shown some of the wonders of Peru by Gladys Silva, who was Miss Peru in last year's pageant.
Machu Picchu, high in the Andes, is a place of beauty and tradition, but mostly it is a place of mystery.
What is this mystery of Machu Picchu?
There's not one mystery. There are several. For example, you see houses, courtyards, and shrines that were found nearly 5 centuries after they had been deserted by the Incas. How were these huge stone buildings created without draft animals, iron tools, or vehicles without wheels? Another mystery. How did the Incas split granite rocks, then carry them up deep gorges that were often miles away? No one knows. And then, without mortar, they were able to put those rocks together, in some cases so tightly that you can't put a knife blade between them.
Was Machu Picchu the capital of the Inca civilization?
No, Cusco was. On our way there, I want to show you still another mystery of Peru. Here are the designs of animals and various other shapes on the famous plains of Nazca.
What is their purpose?
No one really knows. To see them for what they are, you obviously need to look down from an airplane. Yet they were made some 1,400 years ago. You can't make out what they are on the ground, and there were no airplanes when they were made. Another mystery of Peru. Now on to Cusco and a very special celebration.
But this looks like another fortress, and you say we were going to a celebration.
We are. This is the fortress of Sacsayhuamán. Every year in the central patio of this fortress, they celebrate the feast of Inti Raymi. It repeats faithfully an ancient ceremony of tribute to the sun god.
The celebration was very exciting. Cusco is even more exciting, especially from here. Gladys, thank you for giving me the opportunity to see how beautiful and interesting Peru really is.
Thanks to you and our audience for visiting my country.
Thank you, Gladys and Irene. Well, have you made up your mind yet, or would you like one more look at each of our 5 finalists? You judges at home and all of you here in the theater will all get a chance when we come back right after this word from Cheer.
Now the judges are making their final evaluation of our 5 finalists, which means a brand new competition. Each judge is deciding which of the 5 finalists will get his final vote for 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st runner-up and Miss Universe. As a help to them, we're going to treat all of you to another look at the beauty of our contestants. The judges will have television monitors so that they, like you at home, can see close-ups of our 5 finalists. Here they are, serenaded by Peruvian cowboys known as Chalanes. Miss Greece. Miss USA. Miss Guam. Miss Canada. Miss Italy. Our thanks to our finalists, and a word of warning to you armchair judges there at home. Make your final decisions quickly, because we're only moments away from learning who will be the new Miss Universe.
I have a picture right here I'd like you to see. This is the beautiful Anayansi Theater in the Republic of Panama. And I'm pleased to announce that this will be the site of the 1983 Miss Universe pageant. The Panamanian delegation is here with us this evening observing the pageant, and we're all looking forward to being there next summer. But there are very important things happening right now here in Peru. We are going to have a new Miss Universe for you when we come back after this word from Pampers.
It was just a year ago in New York City that a new Miss Universe was crowned. Now we are only moments away from crowning her successor. Before that happens, let's join in saluting our reigning Miss Universe, Irene Saez. As Irene takes the traditional walk, she'll say farewell to the title she has worn so beautifully for the past year. Ladies and gentlemen, Irene Saez, Miss Universe. ¿Dónde está Irene? Aquí viene.
My experience this year are many. The one I hold closest to my heart is to have shared them with so many different people from all over this globe. Tonight, I thank God, Venezuela, and all of you for allowing me to live this moment. As I bid you farewell, I feel much emotion, knowing I have the honor of visiting millions of homes across the earth. I wish to extend my hand as a symbol of brotherhood, peace, and love among all human beings.
I have just been handed the final computer tabulation results listing the 4 runners-up in our new Miss Universe. These results have been reviewed by representatives of the international accounting firm of Ernst & Whinney. And before I read them, I want to say to our 5 finalists that we would be proud and happy to have any one of you be Miss Universe. We would indeed. Good luck to all of you. I shall begin with the 4th runner-up. The 4th runner-up is Miss USA. The 3rd runner-up is Miss Greece. You did very well, Miss Greece. The 2nd runner-up is Miss Italy. Both of you step down here, please. Now, one of you is about to become Miss Universe. The other will be the first runner-up, a very important position, because if for any reason the winner cannot fulfill her obligation for the entire year, the first runner-up becomes Miss Universe. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I shall read the name of the first runner-up and then Miss Universe. The first runner-up is Miss Guam. Miss Canada is Miss Universe. Miss Canada. your Miss Universe banner right over your Miss Canada banner, Karen Diane Baldwin. Your bouquet, and now Irene, La Corona, the crown. Congratulations, Karen. She is our new Miss Universe. She's won all the cash awards and magnificent prizes, total more than $150,000. As your predecessor, Irene Saez, reached the Miss Universe creed, will you please walk right out there and show everyone how it feels to be Miss Universe?
We, the young women of the universe, believe people everywhere are seeking peace, tolerance, mutual understanding. We pledge to express this message in every way we can, wherever we go.
This is Bob Barker speaking on behalf of myself and our new Miss Universe, Karen Diane Baldwin of Canada. Thank you for being with us tonight. Good night, everybody.
Buenas noches, everybody. Good night.
Everybody come and join the fun, dancing, laughing, greeting everyone. This great night can come but once a year. Miss Universe is here. Universe, universe, it's like people wearing on. Universe, universe, alegría sin igual.
Portions of this program were recorded.
Universe.